Pre-game here with Jack Strikars. Jack, important weekend for you guys. East Coast, you always seem to match up against East Coast fairly well. Talk a little bit about the mentality going into this game. What was on the agenda for practice this week?
We were just trying to get our feet moving, faster feet, because East Coast plays on a smaller ice, and we got the bigger ice here, so we gotta use it to our advantage, use our speed, pass them with that. So we were working on speed and stuff, and power play a lot too.
You feel as though your special teams has come along as the season has progressed here? I know there hasn't been a lot of opportunities with the man advantage. Discipline has been the name of the game for you guys so far, but power play has looked decent so far. Is it progressing?
Yeah, I think it's getting there. It's getting better. We're finding new guys, new systems, new things that we're working, so it'll get up there. It'll get better.
Under Coach Newton this year, it seems like your role has changed with the team slightly. From up here in the broadcasting booth, we've noticed a little bit more of a power forward role. We noticed that you're posted up in front of the net on the man advantage. Is that terribly different than what you've been used to in the past, or are you kind of just adjusting and going with the flow?
It's not too terribly different. It's normally the same. Just beginning of the year, I kind of just got into the nonsense of chirping guys and trying to get under the skin, and then I just started trying to play my game again. So we'll see how I do now.
Has Coach harped on discipline going forward after 10, 12, 13 penalties a couple weekends ago?
Oh yeah, it's been big. It was a big thing this week, the penalties, because we're averaging 25 penalty minutes a game right now. So he talked to us about that pretty harshly this week.
Yep. Any changes for you going into this weekend in terms of line mates? Are you switching up, or are you sticking with the exact same crew you've been rolling with?
Saturday I played with Gerke and Anderson, and then Sunday Gerke got scratched, so I played with Keogh and Melise, but I'm back with Gerke and Anderson today, so we're looking for that power forward line again, and setting Gerke up for some goals.
Talk a little bit about your interaction so far with Anderson. New to the team, but he seems to be a little bit of a presence out there, especially with his size.
Yeah, I like him. He's fun to play with. He's a big guy just like me, so we get out there, we win battles in the corner. And off the ice, too, he's a great guy. We're best friends already, just here. We're the same person. So.
Awesome. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Pre-game here with Kevin McDonald. Kevin, big weekend here against East Coast, a team that you match up well against, but we believe that you have the slight edge. You've seen them before in a showcase setting. What's going to be the big difference this weekend?
I think it's just going to come down to hard work. We're definitely more skilled than them. If they outwork us, then they're going to get the win.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
What has been the defensive mindset as the year has progressed? Transitions, obviously, working with new partners. Who are you working with the most? Who are you working with well? And what's kind of the idea with the defense going forward?
We just lost Edge last weekend, unfortunately. Yeah, he'll be out probably for the rest of the season. So we're down to 5D. I've been playing with Curly for basically the whole year now. But I think we're just going to be rotating 5 now, for now. And I think everyone works well with each other, so I don't think it should be a problem.
You're more of an offensive defenseman. Talk a little bit about the power play, how it's developed over the year. Are you comfortable with what you have now, or are you looking to make improvements?
We just actually switch up the power play a little bit. I think it should be good. I think it's pretty skilled power play. We just got to keep it simple and not try to overcomplicate things.
Last thing, going into this weekend, any changes on your end, knowing that you're down a defender going into the rest of the season here, essentially? What are you guys switching up, or are you going to stay the course?
I think we're just going to stay the same and just keep playing. Probably going to see a little more ice, and I don't know, just work harder.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that works. Pre-game here with Coach Newton. Coach, big weekend for you here. Big 4 points on the line. East Coast not too far behind in the standings. Nice to get a little breathing room with them. The team that we saw last year in East Coast, they match up very well with Potomac. You've seen them down in a showcase. Talk a little bit about this year. What are you expecting from this team this weekend?
East Coast is, before I get there, their coach over there at East Coast, Jocelyn, does a great job. I know him from back home, back in California. Does a great job, brings a lot of kids in, a lot of talent in. He's got a couple different players on that squad this year, number 38, 36, and 48. Bunn is a phenomenal player, played up in the USHL for a year or so. Played in the NA, actually. I believe he started this year with Liberty University. Okay. And Jordan Hall, their leading goal scorer. I want to say he's got 13, 14 goals right now.
We've seen him before.
Yeah, so seeing those kids, seeing what numbers they put up, we got to watch out for them. They got a lot of depth. They're deep down the middle, and so we're going to look to play the matchup game with them and go heads up 1 against 1, and then see how everything else runs.
Yep. The mentality going into this weekend, obviously discipline continues to be a struggle for this team. Is there anything different that you're going to be doing across the board, or are you going to kind of stay the course from we've seen them the last couple of weeks here?
Well, we've done a lot of video. We've shown these kids. I just got done working with the power play and the penalty kill, showing them the video and stuff, and showing them why we're on the kill or why we're not on the power play, so on and so forth. And I showed the kids the numbers too. The numbers don't lie. I want to say we have 48 goals against at this point of the season. 18 are power play goals against. We got to stay out of the box, plain and simple. And there's a difference between an undisciplined penalty and a hard-working penalty. We have to accept some of those hard-working penalties, but we cannot accept any of those undisciplined penalties. And you look at all the calls that we've had against this year, the majority of them are undisciplined penalties.
Yeah, the defense right now a little banged up with Edgington going to be out. If you want to talk a little bit about him, and then talk a little bit about your strategy going forward, if you're going to be running an extra defender, or maybe that you picked up a defender, or if you're going to be running with 5D.
Yeah, Edge went into the net last weekend. He's got a little bit of a lower body injury. We're not sure how long he's going to be out yet. With that, we're only down to 5 now.
Okay.
We are playing this game with 5D, but we are dressing 13 forwards, and I have a couple different forwards out there that can play both sides of the puck. Going into the game, we're going 13 forwards and 5D, and we're going to see how our defensemen do. With losing him and losing Addison, that definitely hurts 2 of our bigger guys and tougher guys down on the back end and stuff. We are actively looking for defensemen out there, but they're difficult to find.
Dime a dozen?
Yes.
Which forwards are you looking at? I mean, we see it out on the ice all the time. The players able to jump back and forth between the play. Which players are you as a coach looking forward to jump back on defense and help out?
I know that Glatt played defense last year up here in Potomac, and so I'm looking at him. Same thing with Doc Gensler. He played D18 AAA last year for the LA Kings and did a really good job, and he's actually playing the point on one of our power plays, and we see how patient he is. And we also see how smart he is and reading the ice and sucking people in and being able to dish the puck out. So first and foremost, I'm looking at those 2 guys, but anybody else that steps up and can play a good defensive side.
Speaking of Doc Gensler, him and Anderson, new to this squad, their presence were noticeable out there from our point of view last weekend. How are they coming along with the team, and are you finding some chemistry between lines?
Definitely finding chemistry between lines, and they all came together real quick. Both boys came in relatively around the same time. Anderson came in on a Friday, and Doc came in on a Monday, and they fit right in with the boys. They know some of the kids from back home. Both those 2 kids are California boys. I'm a California guy. We got a couple of other kids from that area as well. So they fit right in well, which helps with the chemistry, which helps with the boys gelling and that sort of thing. So I know that Doc was out here yesterday working with the goalies, taking some shots. Same thing with Anderson and some of the other boys and stuff. So chemistry with our lines, I'm still pretty confident in our top 2 lines, our top 6 forwards here. Doc going with Medeiros and Carr. Those guys are clicking more and more every practice and every game that they've been together. And same thing with Turchenik and Gray. Malty's not going to be in the lineup here today, so we're going to move Melise up into that spot. And Melise has played with Turch. Gray's played with Turch, so I think we're going to see some chemistry there as well.
Is the development of Turchenik, is it coming along at a pace that you would have expected, or is it going along a little bit quicker than you had imagined?
Well, we first looked at Turchenik as a guy that played at a very high level back in Russia, and when he got here, we thought we were going to get a stellar hockey player, and only seeing him out at practice, it was tough to see it. When we got him into these games, and we're 12 games into this, we see his maturity, and seeing where he came from, I say he's moving right along.
Okay.
He is doing well. He's one of those class clown guys at practice. He likes to have a good time. He likes to joke around and that sort of thing, which does get under my nerves from time to time. But he's a gamer. You put him in a game, and it's all serious. It's all business.
The last thing we'll talk about is goaltending. Any insight as to what's going to be going on this weekend between the pipes? Are you going to platoon them, or are you going to give one person?
Well, I want to start platooning him. We need wins.
Yeah.
And right now, Moyer's got some wins for us. So
Okay.
He's going to be in the net tonight. And if he has a good game and gets us a W, we'll see him again tomorrow.
Perfect. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David Stearns joined here with assistant coach Zach Creech. Well, we didn't match this week, but last week we certainly did.
Pretty well last week.
Yeah, speaking of doing pretty well last week, Sunday looked pretty good for you guys. What are you guys going to do to carry that momentum from the win over into this weekend against East Coast?
I mean, just like I spoke about last week, it's that full 60 minutes, and we obviously through practice all week stayed on top of that and just said, and we try to tell them each Monday, beginning of practice when we start to set the tone for the weekend ahead of us. So, if we're sort of screwing off in practice and not taking it seriously and sort of just going through the motions, that's what we're going to do when it comes Saturday, Sunday. So we just try to keep them with a high energy, positive, and just, getting ready for the weekend.
You guys are a little bit short-handed now as far as the roster. It seems like this team has a curse with that for the last 3 seasons that we've been calling for Patriots. So you're without Edge for a little bit, Walsh and Maltz. So what are you guys doing to accommodate that? I know Shrem's talked with Coach Newton about it, but from your perspective, what is it? What kind of adjustments is the team making mentally to get past that? Because a short bench is never something fun to work with.
Walshy's case, we've known about that for a little while.
Yeah.
So mentally wise, I think the guys were already prepared for that. They knew that was going to happen. So that transition isn't going to be as hard as such as Malty and Edge. Obviously, Edge got hurt Sunday. We went back and looked at the tape. Obviously, when the event took place, we weren't sure if he got bumped, whether it was dirty shot or it was just sort of incidental contact. And going back and looking at the tape, that's sort of what it was. It was just, their guy was coming hard. He was going to the net, and it just, unfortunately, he got bumped. He went in the net funny, and it twisted his knee, and now he's out. So that's definitely going to, especially with the D. Now we've only got 5. So we're hurting for D. So we're just going to roll all 5 and just, we've got, it's not like we just have 5 D. We have 5 good defensemen that, any pair that's out on the ice, we feel confident that can do the job for us. So we'll see how that works and just, tell those guys, you're going to get a lot of minutes. So just get ready for that. That's the biggest thing mentally that they're going to have to probably prepare themselves for.
Missing that 6th guy, who is that perfect fit that's a two-way forward that can fit in that position as the number 6 or maybe even kind of transition a little bit higher into like the top 2 pair?
Just knowing from last year, I know Glatt played a little defense, so that would probably be my first pick. Just thinking, right off the bat, just because I know he does have a little experience at this level on the blue line, so that would be my guess.
What are the expectations against East Coast Eagles here? It's a team that you guys usually in history have matched up quite well with. And it looks like it's more of a competitive Southern Conference this year as opposed to years past with Tampa, of course. And, you guys are kind of neck and neck in the middle of the bunch there. But with East Coast, what is the key to getting 4 points on the weekend to kind of elevate you guys up towards the top 4?
Looking over their roster and just sort of, I think their points are sort of somewhat spread out. I haven't seen them play yet. When we went down to the showcase earlier, I didn't get to make the trip, so I personally haven't seen them play. But talking to RJ and Andy, I think overall we have more speed. Us playing on our rink with the bigger ice, speedy guys, I think that'll be the biggest key for us to win today is to use our speed, use the ice that we have, make smart plays, and just play full 60 minutes of hockey as usual.
Potomac is one of the few teams that plays on an Olympic sheet of ice. Talk a little bit about how that plays in when you go to other teams' barns and play out on a smaller sheet of ice. Does it affect your game in a positive or negative way? Because you would think smaller ice, you can kind of close up your plays a little bit, but if you're setting up for a wide set of, for a sheet of ice that's wider, how does that play into the way you guys work your systems?
I think the biggest part when it comes to the bigger sheet of ice is literally our speed. Other than that, I really don't see whether it hurts or helps us, to be honest. Because, I played on this ice when I was growing up. So, I know, going, obviously we played our games on this sheet. We'd go away and we mainly played on AHL seats. Coming from a player's perspective and then a coaching perspective, I really don't see, other than, being able to use the speed and just little things about the rink that we know that we can try to use to our advantage.
Now, because I would think that maybe a sense of awareness where the other players are from, you're on your opponent's side, since it's their home barns, they're more accustomed to the smaller ice. That way they can catch opponents off guard, given that you're used to this open space, thinking the guy's floating 5 more feet away.
Exactly.
But speaking of the speed, so you're saying that East Coast is more of kind of a more methodical approach and kind of a more even keeled team. You guys have speed to your advantage. Talk a little bit about how that's going to play into your game and what players are your speedier forwards, because when I look at somebody like Turchinik, I don't necessarily think speed, but I think more of a hockey vision, hockey sense, and kind of reading the plays well. But who are your guys that you would really say are kind of like the firecrackers out there on the ice to help get it going?
First off, Corey Madero is absolutely the guy. I mean, it's 3 choppy strides and he's gone. Surprisingly, that you'll probably be surprised, but strike arts a lot in practice lately. These last couple of weeks, he's really started to use that full extension and his body length that he has to his advantage. And that's something me and Andy have both spoken with him about. Being tall like that. Choppy strides don't work for you.
Yeah.
You're short.
Taller players kind of
Exactly,
do that. Yeah. no. As I've seen it, and I was kind of in the middle myself. So.
Yeah, but I'd definitely say Madero's strike arts when he wants to get on his horse, he can get on it and go. Melise, Glatz, Godspeed. I mean, I would. There's just a handful of players on our team. For the most part, that are fast. Nicky Gray, Carr. Everybody on our team. There's not really a slow guy on our team.
Okay.
So I think that's the speed-wise, and the open ice that we have here, I think is really going to play a big part in the win today for us.
What did you guys focus in on this week in practice in order to ensure that you had 4 points coming out of this weekend?
Our special teams.
Special teams, okay.
Thursday, that's literally all we did. We didn't do anything else. We got on the ice, did a couple laps, and it was like PP1 over here, PP2 over here, PK come here, blah, blah, blah. Because when we look over through the weekends and stuff, it's like, okay, we had so many power plays, we had so many PKs, and we think we did well. And then when you go look over the statistics and stuff, and we're not doing so well. And I know Andy, that's something that's very important to him. He takes, I guess you could say, pride in that. He wants his special teams to have good percentage.
Of course.
And right now we're not there. So like I said, Thursday, that's literally all we did was work on our special teams.
Last weekend, you guys didn't see as many penalties as you did in the first set of home-and-home series against Richmond. Did that affect anything in the way, were you guys harkening back into the previous weekend in order to kind of get an understanding where your power play and penalty kill sat? Because, your numbers, they could be a little bit better, but, now with the injuries, how did that affect the units? Are you guys ready to tackle East Coast? Because
they definitely changed the units up a little bit, both power play and PK. So the guys that we've put in place, it's not that those were the only guys we had to choose. Those guys are there because they've earned that spot, not just because we've had some injuries and we've lost some guys. Those were guys that were definitely being spoke about putting on the PK or PP previous to some of the stuff that's happened. So I think the guys that are going to fill in, I think they're going to do a good job and be productive for us.
13 forwards and 5D. Does that include Stephen Gerke coming back?
Yes, Gerke will be in the lineup today. All
right, very good. And he's one of your big forces on your penalty kill.
Yes, he is. He's that kid is a blue-collar hockey player. I love that kid to death, the way he plays. He's got that old-school game to himself, or to his game. It's bring your lunchbox to the rink and go
down
to
to
work.
The grinders,
exactly.
So if there was one key to victory on the whole weekend, if you guys have to execute from start to finish well, what does it have to be?
I'm going to go with discipline again.
Okay.
Like you spoke about, we sort of lowered the penalty minutes. There
was a difference. I don't know what it was. There was a huge difference.
But we went back and looked at some stats, and I think we're, at this point right now, we're spending like 26 minutes in the penalty box a game. That's
over a period.
Yeah, that's way too much time, and that's why we have some of the losses that we do. I hate to say that, but
because most teams focus on 5-on-5 hockey when you're practicing and setting up your system. So what good is it if your special teams aren't good?
Right, exactly. So I think if we can stay disciplined, play the full 60 minutes of hockey like I've spoke about plenty of times before, those are definitely going to be our big 2 keys to win today for sure.
All right, well, good luck, and hopefully you get 4 points.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thanks. Assistant coach, Zach Creech. Welcome into Patriots hockey here at the Prince William Ice Center in Woodbridge, Virginia. David Stearns with Brian Schrems, Ryan Shepard, John Baranowski, and Philip Prevost, your Cross Ice Feed broadcasting team here as Johnny goes through our starting lineup. anthem and face-off. Stay tuned. Let's play some hockey. Tonight's starting goaltenders. I beg your pardon, man, shaking off the rust here. It was only half a week.
Do it.
As always, we thank our servicemen and women around the world protecting us here at home and our freedoms. We thank you. Our starting goaltenders for this evening are brought to you by the MyTech Automotive, located here in Woodbridge, Virginia. MyTechAutoInc.com for more details on how to schedule your appointment today.
Name we're familiar with to our left, Frank Cundiff for the East Coast Eagles, 2-1 on the season with a .261 goals against average. Trust the Dust, Dustin Moyer in that 4-2 on the season, a .322 goals against and a .916 save percentage. Those are your MyTech Automotive starting goaltenders. Face off at center. New guy, Doc Gensler, taking the draw. No nameplates today, Stearns.
Oh, this ought to be fun.
Best of luck to you.
It's the LA Kings versus the New York Rangers. Here we go.
Winter Classic.
There you go. And it's one over to the front of the East Coast bench as that's cleared down. McDonald will pick it up at the far end of his own zone as he's being chased there by a no-namer, number 10. We're going to go with Mike Richards on that one. Over to the near side now. Mikey Carr will clear it in. I beg your pardon, that was not a number 10. Yep, the numbers are already messing with me, folks. That was Tyler Rommel. As this one's cleared up to the blue line, net out, kept in there by Mikey Carr. Carr launching this one in, down along the goal line, and trying to catch with it is Doc Gensler. And now it's cleared over to the half boards. Now it's up to the top of the circle, over to the near circle it goes. And the Patriots trying to lock things down inside of the East Coast zone. As now here comes the chance. It's Medeiros trying to fish it to the front, but he was tied up quite well there. As it's along the near side, trying to poke it out there is Ryan McDonald for the Eagles. Clears it out, but not far enough here as it goes D to D, and it'll be Nick Ludman popping it in behind the goal line there as it's being chased down by Tyler Rommel from Pittsboro, North Carolina. Up in front of the East Coast bench, Nick Gray putting on a check there as Ludman will tap it right back in. Patriots completing some changes as well as East Coast, who just finished theirs. Yeah, almost one of those open ice, had your head turned kind of hits.
Yep.
Seen a few of those lately in the NHL, and suddenly the suspensions are back. Oh, and a hard check there, as it was Justin Mendoza going low to duck that one out, trying to clear it in deep. But East Coast will do the job for him as it's D to D back inside East Coast territory. Cleared around over to the far half boards, up to the blue line, not out, kept in there by K-Stash. He takes a shot. Pad save there by the tender.
Cundiff.
That was Cundiff. Yep, name we are familiar with indeed. Into the slot, up top, Crilly. Crilly looking for options here as he sends it down low, past Nick Gray. He lets it off back behind the cage, and it goes over to the far side, East Coast. With it now, working his way out to neutral, is Caleb Garrity. Garrity dropping it there. A little back and forth with a shot from Zach Frank going right on goal. This one, he's not going to make it for an icing here as he deflects it down. And it was Nick Gray being taken out there as it comes along over to the near side. Gray will have an opportunity to keep it in. He does so, rolls it along the dasher, and he gets it past Jack Strykars as it goes over to the far side and picked up by Caleb Garrity, who tries to push it out himself. Unsuccessfully on the first try, will come over on the second try and feathered through center.
Nice play.
Loved out of the air there by James Wadier, who's a call-up from Empire here. A permanent fixture. Wadier takes a shot. Cundiff makes a save, and being shoved into the net there by Caleb Garrity. That was Jack Strykars, whose office is usually up in the front of the blue paint.
Yeah, I was talking with Jack before the game. Said the team has been working quite a bit this week on special teams, power play work. He also added that in order to get a power play, they have to stay disciplined and stay out of the box. They are averaging mid-20 minutes a game with penalties. So got to make sure you got to keep your team disciplined, stay out of the penalty box, and give your chance an opportunity to score with the man advantage.
A face-off to the left. Cundiff, 17:22 left here in the first. 3 shots to 1 in favor of Potomac, but no goals up there on the board yet. Wadier up top, Mendoza whips on a shot there, but the puck still floats into the slot. Retrieved over to the near side now by Strykars. Strykars back behind. Will be scooped around the horn there by Justin Apodaca. Up top, it's kept in there by Wadier as he scoops it down low for Anderson. Mr. Anderson trying to put it to the front. Cleared over to the half boards now. And it'll be cleared out by East Coast as they'll truck along with it now. It'll be Alex Makarov. Makarov trying to set it to the front. He launched a saucer through, but Apodaca could not connect. Back along over to the half boards now. Potomac trying to dig for it here as Wadier will retreat with it back behind the goal line. Being back checked there by Andrew Stale. Now he'll have to opt to go to the near side for Mendoza with a cross-ice feed for Strikars, who will dump it in. He'll take a check and go off on a change. Cundiff playing it along the far post. Almost a bouncer to the front. This one, a bouncer through center. Trying to slow it up there is Paquin, whose jersey still is not in. Comes over to the far boards and chopping away at it is Kaufman. There's another call-up. That's Nick Kaufman. Was he a call-up or is he?
No, he was here last
he's
week.
Traditionally up here. Yep. Beg your pardon. Well, we go deep with these lines now with the injuries. As we talked, we are missing a few key players.
Yeah,
Waltzy, Walsh, and Edgington.
Yeah, Edgington's a big one. He's out with a lower body injury right now, but they're running with 5 defenders. They do have a couple guys that can bounce back and help on defense. Jonas Glatt being one who's playing both last year. If you do recall, he jumped back from forward to defense quite a bit for the Empire squad. So.
Yeah, it's deflected in. 16 minutes left here in the first. Nothing score. And a hard check there in center red. Nice work there. Dishing out the dirty was Spencer Keogh. And we do apologize for the lag on the camera on the fast hockey side. We have a player working with us up here. He's being distracted by another player. And a hard check there, missed up in front of the Patriots bench. And now with this, Medeiros trying to center it, but it's kind of a wobbly puck at that as it comes over to the near side, half boards for Mikey Carr.
Pats have good control over this period so far. Very few mistakes, quite a few times. I'll let you finish.
And there's a chance now. Jock Gensler trying to order up a prescription for a goal here. It's 15-10 remains here in the first. We're still looking for a first one up there on the board. So comes over to the near side. Trying to scoop away at it, Mikey Carr, who is second in command on the stat sheet. And it comes around over to the far half boards. And here comes a chance, a shot there. The net is knocked off along the far post. I believe Cundiff was the offending party.
And they want to change, they ain't going to get it. Like I mentioned before, just a number of opportunities for East Coast to try and break out of their zone. The forecheck from the Patriots is just relentless so far. 5 minutes into the game, it's just an onslaught of forecheck, and it looks good. Looks good for Potomac so far. They just got to find a way to pound one home, get that whole thing started. Face off to the right of Cundiff as the referee does a quick fix on the net, and that'll be that. Terchenik in on the draw.
One to the front and over to the side. It goes. Terchenik trying to chase it down for Potomac. Trying to backhand it out. That was Damian Tenuta. It goes over to the far half boards. It'll be picked up and scooped out and sent through center, but it'll be intercepted there by Mendoza. But it's turned over. Here comes the chance now. Tomajinovic trying to put it towards the front there. And it's cleared out by the Patriots and scooped down the length of the ice as Mendoza will go off on a change. And it's off over on the far half boards. A name that's familiar to us is Jordan Hall on his backhand to his forehand, still with it through center, across the blue line. He's taking Crilly to the outside. Looking towards the front, he's got an open man up top of the point. He found him, it's Ricciardi, who takes his shot. Terchenik got in the way of it. He gets another try, and this one gets deflected out. And the face-off will be to the left of Dustin Moyer. Patriots Hockey is proudly sponsored by the Spine and Joint Institute of Fairfax, Virginia. That's sjinstitute.com to find out more about how Dr. Felix Yeskin and Dr. Maria Schaefer can address your family wellness, sports medicine, and chiropractic needs. That's sjinstitute.com for the Spine and Joint Institute. That one just missing the short side here as it goes around the horn over to the far half boards. Trying to scoop it out is Jack Strikars. Finally, he shovels it out into the neutral zone, but it's popped right back in by Apodaca. Jack Strikars back for Drew Crilly. Drew putting it up for Strikars. Strikars trying to get around Hall. He'll backhand it in front of his bench up towards center, and it'll be cleared away by East Coast back in the other direction. Now we get a battle of pong going on here as McDonald is trying to find it. Now a little back and forth in the neutral zone. McDonald will pinch into play. He'll stick with it. No, he has it stripped away by Ricciardi. And now we're going to have a
matching minors
for a matching minor. It looked like McDonald will go to the box there with Zach Frank.
Yeah, got caught on the slash and the retaliation, but Zach Frank, I want to say interference. Can't quite tell. Either way, matching Miners and play 5 aside here. 13-14 left to go in the first. It's been all Potomac so far. Just a relentless forecheck going on right now. Haven't been able to pop one home, but the majority of this game has been spent in the East Coast end. I'm sure Coach is just looking for that first spark to get this thing rolling.
J.C. Packman trying to put it up along center there for Spencer Keogh, who had a goal last weekend. I do apologize, we don't have the pregame stuff up there for you guys to enjoy, but we'll have it up in the first intermission. So just see the video file finally finished. Technology, we're not there yet, I guess. Here's a shot from the far circle, and it kicked away easily there by Dustin Moyer. Shot to the outside by Alex Makarov. And another try along the short side. Here's the calls. Safe.
Trading hacks.
Frank and McDonald, 2 each for slashing. So 5 on 5. This one's dumped in by East Coast. Cleared up along the near side. Spencer Keogh expecting it, but challenging him there is Vaden McManus. And now through center. It's a chance now for Stayhill. We'll put it back in to the region there of the goal mouth as Moyer will steer it aside, setting it up for his defenders that are coming through as Doc Gensler back to support. Pinching up high in the play is Drew Crilly. With a set of wheels, he'll dump it down. We did talk that this team is 5 defenders at this point. I wonder, we did say that Jonas Glatt was a defender in the past. And Doc Gensler also played defense when he was with LA.
Yeah, they do have the options.
A couple. There's Mikey Carr. I almost saw a 5-5 there, but it's a 5-2. That's Mikey Carr. We talked about he's 1 point away from the lead in the stat column as this one's teed up by Ludeman, goes wide. Now Mikey Carr trying to slap away at it, but now East Coast will put it on the backhand over to the near side boards, but it'll be kept in there by the Patriots. Nice work there by Ludeman. Gensler to the far circle. Mendoza takes a shot. The save by Cundiff. The rebound left juicy. Kicked out in the near circle, but nobody there to connect with it for Potomac. East Coast trying to settle it down as we come down to 11 minutes left here in the first. We got a delayed call coming up here.
Oh,
and maybe
big
even
hit
another.
after the play. Big hit after the play.
Maybe another.
We gotta watch that retaliation down there. Just a huge hit into the boards. And it looks like Gensler's going. And it looks to be matching Miners again.
Well, nobody's going to get their crack at here on the man advantage. So Coach Creech was talking in the pregame that all they really worked on all Thursday was special teams.
But they haven't been down a man yet.
No.
So let's look at it that way.
9 minutes into this one. Still looking for our first man advantage. Patriots Hockey is sponsored by Threads Inc. of Dumfries, Virginia, locally owned and family operated here in the Northern Virginia region. Threads-ink.com for your sports embroidery needs. McDonald up top takes his point shot. And it's lost on the feet there of East Coast as they'll kick it out and send it through center. Now ahead for Tomajanovic. Tomajanovic trying to put it to the front. That's gloved down and played away nicely there by Nick Gray. And it's top of the far circle with a shot right into the glove of Cundiff. And he'll hold on for the faceoff. 10:42 left here in the first. Trading shots, 5 and 5. And trading goose eggs, 0-0.
We were talking pregame also with Andy Newton a little bit about the goaltending situation. He likes what Dustin Moyer's bringing to the table right now. He's going to roll with him. If he can get a win here today, he's going to play tomorrow morning too.
And a chance, far circle, looking for it now. It's Turchinik up top for Gray, and a shot blocked right up front off of McManus. Now through center with a pass ahead now for Tomajanovic, and he's offside. And a little tap there by Drew Crilly. Nobody's going to go skating after him.
Love tap.
Love tap.
Keep an eye out for number 36 on the East Coast Eagles, Jordan Hall, a name we called far too often for my liking last year. He has got himself 13 goals in 12 games on the season, so he is taking the sniper role for these Eagles teams so far this year. Trading boards.
Wow. Trading hacks, trading boards, and here we are. Sorry about the audio, folks. The speakers have been blown out here because of the intense warm-up music. Here comes a chance, breaking in on goal.
Oh, what a save.
Great save by Moyer. Oh, what great work there by McDonald. Ryan McDonald, though, for East Coast, working it in with Tomajanovic. I beg your pardon, that was not Tomajanovic. I have my names mixed up here. It was actually Tenuta.
How could you?
Side. I know. These LA Kings sweaters are just unforgiving.
Well, Kings have nameplates, you know.
This is true. And now it's back around over for Crilly. Up now for Mr. Anderson. Anderson will dump it in. And Strykar's down there to poke at it. He did have an opportunity there to steal it away. Had a nice little tap. Now Gerke down there to forecheck is breaking out with it now is Zach Frank. And now he's stopped up at the red line. East Coast having to retreat back now for Garrity. Garrity up along the near wing for Hall. Hall's pass intended there for Frank was intercepted by Mendoza and sent out through center for Turchenik. Turchenik looking for some zone entry here. He'll have it across the line. Turchenik still with it. In on goal on Cundiff, and Cundiff puts out the pad. 9 minutes left here in first. Goose eggs on both sides of the scoreboard. No power plays yet for either team as Hall had his stick knocked away from him. And it's up along the near corner. Sent back for Frank. Fed to the front there. Nobody to connect with it. Up now for Kowalczyk. He'll dump it in deep, but no East Coast Eagle there to retrieve it. Out through center now. It's Melise across the line to Gray, who takes a shot and a blocker save. A laser of a shot. What a better save by Cundiff. And that's for Hall. Now, I beg your pardon, not Hall. Those numbers are going to kill me. It's Makarov. Makarov and Hall both have the same haircut. Fed over to the far circle. A chance and a save. Easy save there as it goes right in on the chest of Moyer. And we got some pushing and shoving in the blue paint.
McDonald has promised better discipline. So I guess we can look at it as he didn't punch his opponent in the face there. So, yeah. 8:12 left to go here in the first period. Face off to the right of the goaltender Moyer. Even game so far. I'd give the advantage to Potomac, though, to be honest with you. A little bit more aggressive on the offensive and better scoring opportunities thus far.
Keogh trying to lead it out. And it goes back over to Moyer, and Moyer takes no chances, and he holds on. 8:02 left here in the first period. No score. Fans, are you nagged by that old injury? Do you want to get back out there on the ice? Then you need Mid-County Physical Therapy. Visit midcountypt.com to schedule your appointment today.
You're not going to get me sick, are you?
I never had a 101.5 fever like my wife does currently.
Hey.
That'll be fun. Looks like I'll be babysitting instead of hanging at the rink with you guys.
Or do you bring the baby to the rink?
She can call the game. She's 6 months. She's old
Do it
enough.
better than I can. I'm going to throw that out there right now.
Oh. Back over to the near circle. Keogh to the slot, and Kaufman couldn't pull the trigger. I just thought about that for tomorrow. Jonas Glad along the near side, trying to center it for Keogh, but it's intercepted there by Makarov. Through center now, through the far open wing.
Are we going to do a cross-ice midnight feeding tomorrow?
Oh, good Lord. And over. Back behind Moyer it goes. Waiting, looking. Carefully sending it out as Wadier. He really weighed his options out there. He had a good look at Corey Medeiros there, but that one's cleared all the way back into the Patriots zone by East Coast. Wadier trying to give it another try here. Comes over to the near side blue line. It's Vaden McManus. Trying to get a return pass up to him, but it's actually intended for Rommel that time, but now goes over to the far half where it's poked up to the blue line. Not out. Kept in there. That one kept in there very tight along the blue line. Patriots looking for an exit strategy. That strategy may be Keogh over for Mendoza. Mendoza pinching high into the play across the blue line. Around over to the near side, into the Eagles zone. And a batting that puck out of the air, he goes. Back behind the goal line now, he drops it there for Medeiros. Spinning it to the front. Nice look there for Mikey Carr. But it's intercepted and thankfully taken away by the East Coast Eagles as they almost got crushed on a beautiful setup. Jack Gensler sticking with his man there. Takes him hard on the boards. Over to the near side now, it's McDonald looking for exit. He finds the door and it's closed quickly though as McManus is going to put it back over to the far side. And Patriots keep tossing it into the neutral zone. The Eagles keep tossing it back in the other direction. Getzler couldn't get a solid hold of that puck. They'll find it back at center red again. They'll opt to go back to Crilly to slow things down. This comes over to the near side for Mikey Carr. Carr with a drop pass ahead now, tapped in by Crilly. Crilly will go in to chase it now as he throws his body into McManus down to the near corner. Off into the far corner now. A hard check there into the referee. Sandwiched between two players. That was Damian Tenuta as the intended target of that hit. It goes back now for Moyer. Moyer having a challenge an East Coast player. This could get interesting. It's Tyler Janovic.
Moyer out for a stroll.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you remember one goalie comes to mind is Dominic Kasich that used to, find his way all the way out to the neutral zone, if you will.
And embellish that hit.
Embellish that hit too, and then throw a blocker at Peter Bondra.
All in a day's work.
There comes Jordan Hall. And it goes right in on Moyer, and he makes a save. We can never let that happen again because it'll crash the driver. Just making sure.
Very, very easy going first period.
It's going fast.
It
though.
is.
5 minutes left here.
We need something. I need to pluck a player. Somebody's got to do something significant that I can talk to in the intermission.
Talk to McDonald again.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love that. we should mess with him a little bit. Tell him, Coach, we need to speak to him in the first intermission.
Turchenik across the line. Turchenik over for Nick Gray. Out of his reach. Turchenik is a guy we should talk to, huh?
I asked.
No.
They said not yet.
Now he's still taking his English classes.
Yeah.
In the second language. Yeah. He'll get it one day. Paruski.
I think that was from Street Fighter.
Back in on goal and kind of having some trouble here. 4:27, and it was a delayed offside apparently. And the Patriots didn't get that memo either. And the linesman just got clocked in the head with the flying puck.
Did he forget to call a penalty?
The only authority they really have is calling too many men on the ice.
Just got to keep it fair, that's all.
Keep it fresh and keep it fair. There he is, yeah. Took one off the noggin. Quite amusing.
You got to fix those speakers.
Yeah. Face off in front of the Patriots bench. One back into the Patriots zone. Back over to the near side for Strykar. Strikar's going to get around the horn. Cundiff. Set it up there. Is this one's gloved down? No, it's not. It actually makes its way past Mr. Anderson. Goes back over to the far corner. And Kevin McDonald trying to get there first. Puts it ahead now. Anderson trying to find Gerke. It's spun back in by the East Coast Eagles. Kevin McDonald will come up with it now. McDonald over to the near side for Gerke. Gerke, of course, back in action after a check from behind misconduct. Took him out of last week's game on Sunday.
Very hard-working player. Glad to have him back out on the ice.
Anderson looking to set up Gerke. That one misses everybody over to the near side. Now it's kept in along the blue line by Crilly. Crilly down low, finding Anderson. Goes past Anderson. Fed up top. Here's Mendoza with a shot, and he guns it just wide. And now we'll have a whistle, and the net is knocked off. And now we got some pushing and shoving up in front.
Easy.
It looks like Stephen Gerke's in the middle of it all.
Okay, nothing.
Cooler heads will prevail, and we'll move on. USPHL.com for all the latest in stats, schedules, and league news. Let's hear what news Shrems has to offer.
3:31 left of first. Back to you.
Your dog ran away or something?
It's the music.
I guess so.
Oh.
Up along the far boards. Well, maybe they anticipated a penalty coming, but here comes a chance now. Oh, and some great work there by the stick of East Coast. A couple of great back-checking moves there as they lift the stick up and prevented the Patriots from setting up shop. Up along the far side, turnaround shot there. That's why you never go in front of your net with it. It's Aaron Rome.
What? The NHL? Nice save.
Oh, and this one. Uh-oh, we got a man down. That's Justin Mendoza. That is not good. They're already down to 5 defensemen. He is having trouble getting off the ice there. And now Kaufman's trying to touch the puck. Yeah, of course, the rules are Patriots have to gain possession before the whistle goes. They finally do. And Mendoza is inching his way off the ice as now we are down to 4 defensemen.
That does not look good over there. He is favoring either his right leg or his right shoulder.
That's his left leg.
Left leg, sorry. Still learning the right from the left, but nonetheless, It
We'll get it one day.
doesn't look good. He's going to chit-chat with Doc here for a few minutes.
Hopefully the
You're right.
diagnosis is nothing too grave as it's one off over to the far corner.
I'll get the skinny at the intermission here.
You got it. Here comes a chance now. Doc Gensler coming away, 2-on-1, developing with Mikey Carr. Gensler to Carr. Oh, what a great work there. What a great effort. It was blocked by the stick of Tomajanovic. Now breaking it out are the Eagles. Coming away with it is A.J. Ricciardi. Across the line, back for Tomajanovic. He is trying to scoop it over to that far circle there for Ryan McDonald. And now it's cleared away by the Patriots as they try to look for a way out of their own zone. Over to the near side now for Mikey Carr. Retreating back over to McDonald. McDonald being pressured by McDonald. E-I-E-I-O. McDonald back behind for Doc Gensler. Doc sends it up along the dasher, up to Wadier. Wadier having trouble getting it past Damian Tenuta, and that one will Plinko out of play. And 1:49 remains here in the first. Nothing score. Little bit of slow going here, and Mendoza is still being tended to. So down to 2 defensive pairings, and it looks like he may have moved someone back to the end of the bench there. So what do we got left? It's Crilly, Wadier, McDonald, and Ludman.
Yeah. No, that's you're logging some mega minutes at that point. At what point do you think, as a coach, you drop back Jonas Glad as a 5th, or maybe even Gensler? Gensler's been a noticeable player out there in the ice so far this season, and especially this game. He's only been with him for a few games here too.
Yeah. Trying to win it over to the front. Well, the Eagles, but it's cleared around the horn, kept in there, far blue line. Now Jordan Hull will find it along the half boards, trying to scoop it to the front. The intended target there was Jacob Ustroff. And now it's chopped away. And it comes out into the neutral zone along the near boards. Inside it goes over to the Eagles zone. And back out through center again. That's Frank putting it ahead now for Ustroff. And Ustroff could not get it in deep enough as Nick Gray will steal it away. And he'll try to backhand it to the front. He'll get another try at it here as it's Turchenik with a shot. Cundiff makes a save. Cleared over to the far boards, and a shot coming from that far territory of the Eagle zone. And this one's going to be whistled down.
That's somebody on the bench?
It's going to be, contact with somebody on the bench, yeah. Face-off will come up to the left of Mr. Cundiff, 103 left here in the first. Still looking for our first goal, Mr. Shrems.
You know, you and I talked about this before the game. These teams always match up well against each other, and appears to be the case once again. They split in the showcase earlier on this year. Both teams got a win down there in Raleigh, but big 4 points on the board right now available. Hopefully Potomac can pick up at least 2 this weekend. Pad this lead from East Coast. I believe Potomac's up about 3 points in the standing on East Coast right now. So
to the near side now, trying to take that shot through traffic. There's Caleb Garrity. Frank looking for Garrity up front. Popped away by McDonald. Getting some support there from Glatt. Well, you are correct. He has been dropped back on defense. Through center now. A bouncing puck gets away from Turchenik. Now comes back over to the near side. Jonas Glatt staying with his man. It's Jordan Hall takes his shot. Glatt got in the way of that one, deflecting it away. McDonald, far corner. So we come down to 20 seconds left here in the first. Launched up into the air, glove down. McDonald will scoop it right back out on his backhand. Tagged up at the red line and back inside the East Coast zone, going D to D for one last rush over to the near side now. We're going to back away from it. Jake Weldon will have none of it, and that is how we will go to the dressing room with goose eggs up on the board. 11-9 shots in favor of East Coast. We'll rejoin you back here in a few moments' time as East Coast and Potomac in this USPHL Elite action go to the dressing room scoreless.
first intermission here with James Wadier. James, recent call up in the past couple weeks to the Elite team. First and foremost, talk a little bit about the difference between Empire and Elite, especially on your end, the defensive end.
Well, first off, it's a lot quicker in Elite, and it's a lot more physical. The guys are a lot bigger and stronger, and from a defenseman's perspective, it's the game. You have to slow down the game for yourself in your head, and it just takes a little while to adjust, but I think that I'm starting to come around a little more So hopefully I'll get up to my game perfectly soon.
We may have to rush this development a little bit. You guys are a little short-handed. Losing Mendoza there at the end of the period. We're going to get a report on him. But you're down to 4 true defensemen. You got Jonas Glatt jumping back now on defense. Talk a little bit about what coach is telling the 4 of you right now, because you're going to log some heavy minutes here over the next 2 periods.
Yeah, I mean, he's just basically saying, hang in there and keep make some good passes and take ice when you can, get pucks deep, break the puck out quick.
Is it going to be more of a simplistic approach to this game, not too much jumping up just because, you're on limited fuel here, or does he still encourage you to jump up and play a little offense too?
No, I don't think you change how much offense you play. You just got to condition yourself correctly, really.
Good luck in the third here.
Thanks.
Third.
Stern's just a few minutes here left before the second period begins. Running with 4 defensemen, 4 true defensemen. Hopefully they can conserve their fuel a little bit here and come out of here with a goal here in the second period.
Welcome back to the Prince William Ice Center here in Woodbridge, Virginia. David Stearns with Brian Schrems getting set here for some second period action. Schrems almost jumped the gun there and thought we were going into the third with his interview, James Wadier.
I was not aware.
He said good luck in the third, but hey, man, if you want to
good luck in the third or good luck out there?
He said in the third. I caught that.
Pushing things along.
That's all right. You just don't want him to do well in the second, I guess.
Let's rest the defenders in the second. How's that?
Let's go for it, because they need a break. So, the bench is into it. And so are we. Back for the Patriots on a face-off win as they go far neutral zone. Launched in over to the near side by McDonald. Now it's going to come back in icing. Well, the back linesman had his arm up. The front one did not look back. As this one comes up, McDonald takes a shot and he just misses the mark. Goes over to the near side, half boards up top to the blue line, not out. And it's tapped around, but not secured there by the Patriots as the Eagles will scoop it around over to the far side. It's Thomas Janovic now looking for it. Tapped back over to that corner. It'll be Vadim McManus, but it's turned over. Patriots with an opportunity. It is not. Here comes Mikey Carr with a shot. Great work by the defender up front. Here it comes again with a shot that deflects high and into the glass and an unnecessary whistle. Oh, the net's off by about a centimeter.
I can't tell who was in the net making that save. It's that one. Is it 18 or is it 10?
Which one are you talking? Oh, it's 18. Like I said before, Mike Richards. It's Tyler Rommel.
Tyler Rommel was in between the pipes momentarily making a save, keeping this game knotted at 0. Just a flurry of activity in front of the goaltender, Cundiff, and he's been able to stop everything that's been thrown at him so far. All 10 shots.
And that's up top. Ludeman just gets bowled over. Oh, Frank. He just had to be frank about it, that's for sure. As it's Ludeman putting it along the half boards. Here comes the chance now. Ducking away. Nick Gray with a shot. Cundiff makes the save. Oh, what a move.
Nick Gray can always find a way to get that perfect shot off. He almost had one here, upper 90 in the first period, but working the crowd here in front of the net and getting that shot off. Goaltender Cundiff up to the task once again.
Over to the near side now. Wadier trying to control it, but it's taken away by East Coast. Up along the glass and out. Melise stopping it up along the dash. Along the red line, but it's stolen away by Jordan Hall. Hall trying to work his way through, but stolen away by Nick Gray, and he pops it out through center red, and it's turned over. Funny bounce there. Turch is going to go after it. Turchenik trying to work with it here. Sviatoslav trying to poke it through, and now it's a diving effort that gets it out through the neutral zone and intercepted by Nick Ludeman. D-to-D for Wadier over to the near side. Slowed down by Hall. And Hall will tap it past Wadier, and Moyer is out to set it up. Moyer waiting until the last second with Frank. That was nice. He beat him. Nick Gray trying to get it in deep past Ricky Artie. And now Turch turning around shot there by Nick Gray. Goes just wide. He was intending on going off on a change. He wasn't really going for a true effort on that shot, I'll tell you that. It was just to get it in deep. A chance now, Makarov. Back behind. Over to the far corner. Makarov sticking with it. Tapped away by Jonas Glatt. Back on defense. He loses his twig. Now back there, Stephen Gerke and McDonald working in tandem until Jonas gets back into the picture. He's there. And now it's pushed ahead for Anderson. Anderson launching this one in on Cundiff, who steers it off over to the far side. And strike cars will tap it behind the goal line. They're trying to get there with Ricky Artie. Is Stephen Gerke trying to push it to his backhand to the front. He gets popped down in front of the net, and it's cleared out by East Coast. Putting up along the left wing and missing everybody. And Jonas Glatt will be ruled there first with an icing charged against the East Coast Eagles. With 17-13 left here in the second, Prince William Ice Center, proud sponsors of Potomac Patriots. PWIce.com for more details on stick and shoots, public skate schedules, and much, much more. It's PWIce.com for the Prince William Ice Center, located here at 5180 Dale Boulevard in Woodbridge, Virginia. Got to get those plugs in, buddy. What you got? You're licking your lips.
Chap Lips.
Forget your chapstick, huh?
We're not sponsored by Chapstick. I have medicated lip ointment.
Man, you got all sorts of problems. Over to the near side. Scooped around back over to the near side. Jake Weldon trying to catch up with it there. Weldon gets tossed over. And a chance now. The East Coast trying to break out. Not many odd man rushes, I've noticed today. It's been pretty even flow. And it goes off over to the far corner. Suddenly I had Pearl Jam in
I was trying to remember how to finish that statement.
And then that goes off on this one. A wide play stop. Kuznetsov, speaking of which, looking pretty good for the Washington Capitals. It's a young man's game now in the NHL. You got to follow these players. Barakovsky is another guy that you like to watch.
Yeah, no, yep. He's been a surprise so far. I mean, they had big things pegged for him, but you know.
And how about Sam Reinhart going down to the juniors in Buffalo, number 2 pick. Kind of a shame there.
Well, he's not really getting an NHL experience up in the Sabres organization.
Man, he's been tossed around like a rag doll.
Yep.
He's not playing such good heads-up hockey, I'll tell you that. He's gotten tossed around with some blindside hits so much. But
so has that team.
Exactly. That's why they're fighting for Connor McDavid. Forecasted number 1 pick in the draft. But here comes Patriots trying to come back against the East Coast Eagles. This one's tipped down with a high stick. Tapped away by Wadier. Trying to move it ahead there. Gets to Medeiros. Cross-ice feed over for Mikey Carr. Carr to Medeiros with that one-time setup. Blocked up front. Another try at it. And a diving effort there by Doc Gensler. And now Mikey Carr on his backhand will toss it off over to the far corner. Being chased down there by Tyler Rommel. But turn back over, a little back and forth turnovers exchanged between Potomac and East Coast. Doc Gensler will get it on the outside of the blue line. He'll toss it in as he loses an edge and falls backwards. Rommel will take it back behind his cage. Looking for to the near side, he'll go with Aaron Rome. Rome through center. Couldn't hook up cleanly as the intended target there was Andrew Stahill. The pass along the near wing now for Gensler. Gensler across the line. Takes a shot, missing the far side and going wide. Tomajanovic setting it up there. Teeing up a shot right in. Moyer makes a save as they go off on some changes here. And a long pass out of the reach of Nick Gray. They're going to rule that he gets there first for no icing as it went around the horn. But no matters. It comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Glove down and pushed ahead now. Vaden McManus across the line. McManus dropping it. Tomajanovic trying to set it up to the front, but it's stolen away. And taken out by Nick Gray. Nick Gray by himself here. No, here's an odd man rush. It's a 3-on-2. He takes a shot, stick to side by Cundiff. The late guys coming in later was Jonas Glatt and Melise, but now across the line, East Coast, Tomajanovic with it along the far side. Far circle, takes a shot. A pad save by Moyer.
Oh, nice
rebound.
play.
Great work there by Nick Gray. Another shot and another save by Dustin Moyer. Pushing and shoving. He just wants to get out of there. He was fighting for an exit. Ryan McDonald. He'll push his way out of a paper bag if he has to. 14:41 left here in the second. No score.
The defensive responsibility of these forwards has just gone up a little bit. Report in the intermission there. Mendoza will not be back for this game. So
what?
They are,
Mendoza won't be back for this game.
Mendoza won't be back.
Oh my goodness. That bad.
He is going to be, he's going to be out.
Oh, they score! A turnaround shot right off the face-off. WWMD. What would Mendoza do? Oh, nothing. That was a very fast shot. Okay, didn't know it was that serious. Oh, boy. Of a shot, because it went in. 1-0. We got our first goal, 14:37 left here in a second. I'm caught up on an injury report here as the defense of the Potomac Patriots are a little
taking a beating
right now. Yep.
Yeah, we got Jonas Glatt back there being the 5th defender right now.
Let's get the call. Here's Johnny.
by number 36, Jordan Hall. Frank from Hall, 14, 37.
Frank Hall is the goal call. Frank from Hall. That was such a fast face-off. I mean, it was no way you could stop that train from coming through. As East Coast now with one goal lead. And wow, Jordan Hall, I don't know what he was doing. Playing whack-a-mole with Nick Ludevin. And Eric Anderson could not wrangle that one down as it goes around the horn over to the far side for Frank, who has the lone goal in this contest as of late. 14 minutes left here in the second. Plenty of hockey left here at the Prince William Ice Center as Potomac Patriots will break out now with Anderson. Anderson with a few moves here. Still going, still has it. First try, didn't get it. Second try, this shot, they score! She got a booty like a Cadillac, but I can send you into overdrive. They tied at 1.
How about a coast-to-coast run for Mr. Anderson there? From one end of the ice to the other. Unbelievable effort. Individual all the way until he dumped it in front of the net. The original shot was blocked. They kept whacking away at it, and they get that one back. They have hit the reset button here, and the Patriots are rewarded for their hard work. Both ends of the ice, both offense and defense, are putting in a lot of effort into this game so far.
Another chance comes up top. Wadier couldn't keep it in as we got a delayed call coming up here against East Coast. I don't know what Moyer's waiting for. They're trying to. Well, there's a delayed call. You can go at any time. Maybe I don't know if he's worried about them putting it in their own net. I mean, that's quite a thing to be worried about against your own team. And Spencer Keogh with the extra tacker on. Delayed call coming up to East Coast. Kaufman wrangling it down, and it's turned over, and the whistle will go. All that effort to get the extra man out. We're all tied up at 1, but we got our first man advantage with 12:58 left here in the second. It's a cross-ice feed power play coming up. To Potomac.
It's too bad that Anderson didn't get credit on that goal.
Well, with the effort he had,
oh my goodness.
It's not going to show up on the score sheet, but
no.
Oh my goodness. But going to the box is AJ Ricciardi from Wayne, New Jersey.
The driving force behind that goal. Gerke wouldn't have gotten that opportunity if Anderson didn't decide to go coast to coast and then dump it in front. I think it was because it was blocked.
We got another man down, and it's not looking good. So they're rushing out Doc. And I didn't see who that player was, but we'll step aside here. It looks like it may be an East Coast player.
Yeah, it is.
And he is not moving at this point, so it's kind of at an angle that we can't see. So we'll see what happens here. .12:46 left here in the second. It's a 1-1 score. We have a player down for the East Coast Eagles. Conversation being had here.
East Coast
Jordan
is wondering,
Spisak,
wondering if there's a
call coming up with them too. Yeah, Jordan Spisak is talking with the lines here, and the referee Crawford will skate over to talk with RJ Ziegler. Okay, so he is moving, and he is
moving. Yep,
and he is being assisted. He's going to probably go up to the dressing room, and that player, as we find out here, is Ryan McDonald for East Coast. Sorry, folks, that we couldn't get a name earlier. Is at an angle that we couldn't see, but it appears he is fine. He's opting to go to the bench instead of the locker room, which is always a good sign. But now Turchenik is helping Doc off the ice. There we go. All right, so everyone's off. I thought Turch was going somewhere. I was like, where are you going? I guess they want the biggest guy to help out Doc, because Doc's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, he is. Mighty handshake.
Here's a face-off. Win up top here for Potomac. Actually, it was East Coast that won it, but worked in favor of Potomac here as it is a cross-ice feed power play. CrossIceFeed.com for your broadcasting needs in the sports arena in the DC metro region. Up along the near side now, it's McDonald. Through center now, Turchenik will have it. Turchenik across the line, swings it around the horn over to the near side. It'll be wrangled down by McDonald, backhanding it down along the half boards. Nick Gray down back behind for Mikey Carr. Exchange along over to the near side wing, it stays. And now a chance, Nick Gray looking cross ice over to the front of his bench where he's got Doc Gensler. Along the half boards, working for it now, Mikey Carr trying to get around his man. Some great aggressive forechecking here. Here's a shot and a save by Cundiff, and that one deflects out of play. There was a backdoor setup waiting, but he opted to take the shot up high, and it goes out of play with 12 minutes left here in a second. 1-1 score. Our first man advantage going to the Potomac Patriots as they have 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go on the power play.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get any. I'm looking for a word. Go ahead. I'll find it.
Opportunities?
No, I'll find it.
Yep, you'll find it. All right. Over to the far side, Mikey Carr looking. Down in the far corner he goes, getting a cycled pass, return up over to the half boards, up top. Doc looking. Doc over to the near circle. McDonald's shot goes off an ankle. Turchenik standing out front there. It's kind of hard to knock over that tall body there. McDonald takes a shot through traffic with a perfect deflection there. He sticked it right down out of the air, but Cundiff will hold on for the save.
Turchenik posting up in front of the net there. The old deflection, hopefully right through the 5-hole. The goaltender not to be for Turchenik that time around, but nonetheless, that seems to be the strategy. Get a nice big body in front of Cundiff and see what happens. Strikars is out there. That's his spot now.
Face off to the left with Cundiff. It goes off along the near side up top to Glatt. Glatt keeping it in along the blue line. There's a feed. Far circle with a shot from Curley and a save there by Cundiff. And it'll be cleared away by East Coast. Not far enough down there as they couldn't maintain control through the neutral zone. Turned over as Medeiros will take it across the line. Medeiros, he went soft on that pass and they whipped on it, and Coach Newton shouting for his guys to get back. Avoiding a shorthanded opportunity. A funny bounce off the back dasher. This puck left loose up front. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. 11 minutes left here in the second period. We're all knotted up at 1 as Potomac will go 0 for 1 on the man advantage. East Coast is yet to go on with special teams on that end of the spectrum.
A couple good quality scoring opportunities there. Kept the puck in the zone for the most part too, but just couldn't beat Cundiff. Turnover.
Here comes top of the slot. Striker shot. Just guns it just wide. And this one's cleared up along the dash and down the length of the ice. This one will go far enough for an icing as the man advantage for the Patriots has expired. 10:36 left here in a second. 1-1 score. Patriots hockey. You can follow them, believe it or not, on Twitter. Be creepy. Follow them at Potomac Patriots.
Twitter? Is that like
Friendster? Yes.
Friendster?
Yes.
Oh.
You can also follow us on the Twitter too at CrossIceFeed and download the team app and search Potomac Patriots to get the latest information pushed to your smartphone. Ludeman with a point shot. It bounces. Oh, it goes bar down and in. They score! I'm on a horse. It's 2-1 Patriots.
Just a whole lot of confusion in front of the net there. The puck. There we go. The puck bounced up in front of the goaltender over his shoulder, dropped onto the line, just total chaos, and then it barely crossed the line. I'm glad the referee saw it. I saw it from up here, but it was sweeped out awfully quick. And
it was on the third attempt because it went bar down to the goal line, did not cross, swept over to the near post, and then a second try at it blocked by the defender, and then a third stab at it. It went across the line about 3 inches in, and then scooped out by the defender. But he couldn't get that one past the referee. The referee was right there with an eagle eye and saw it go past the eagle tender.
Turchenik get it?
I believe he may have.
Scored by number 72, Snickersall, Turchenik.
John's been waiting so long to say that.
Assisted by number 93, Devin Molise, and number 61, Nick Gray.
And going to the box is Turchenik for 2 minutes for interference. Hey, we talked about the man advantage for East Coast here, and finally it has arrived.
You know, you hate to see it following a goal like that to kill the momentum, but we're going to test this defense here right now and see what happens. Remember, we are short-handed on defense right now. Mendoza out for the rest of the game with a lower body injury. That is a report from Doc from the bench.
Doc Gensler told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Turchenik 2 for interference at 10-14 on the
He's getting his money worth. It is a Reebok Hockey penalty kill. ReebokHockey.com. Check out the selection or check it out here at the Pro Shop, the Prince William Ice Center. And a shot and a save by Moyer. The rebound, he gets across and he puts down the paw and holds on.
Love that lateral movement across the crease there.
Great
Nice move by Moyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. Face off to the right of Dustin Moyer. Back here tomorrow, 9:30. The second game of this one. And a point shot there, actually from the far circle on an easy save. You got to worry about fatigue. Fatigue in this instance is going to be crucial.
For these defenders
bench,
especially.
yeah.
They're going to log some serious minutes on this one.
Some Norris-worthy minutes. As now, it'll be cleared down the length of the ice by Devin Melise. They'll do some chasing here. But Eagles peel away with it. Plenty of open ice over to the near side. So much open ice that an Eagle player was not there initially to receive that puck. And it's cleared out into the neutral zone. Almost a shorthanded try there for Doc Gensler. Gensler trying to chop it down from behind. And he comes over to the near side. 1 minute left to kill. This one squeaked out. And McDonald will pinch up a high here as Frank will have it, who has the goal for East Coast. Turchenik has the go-ahead goal for Potomac. As they almost called icing in a power play here against the East Coast Eagles. Now it's up top to the blue line and out. And that's tapped away. Here comes Gensler on a shorthanded breakaway. No, he gets taken down. He tried to sell the call, and he couldn't sell it.
So he's going to go back down the other way.
I was going to say, I don't even know where that referee was.
He missed the too many men that they had on the ice there.
Well, that would be the linesman. And apparently, it's a delayed offside here. I thought he was going to call an icing, but good luck with that. 9 seconds left to kill, 8:23 left here in the second. 2-1 is your score in favor of Potomac.
Good kill going on so far. Coach wants them operating at 80-20. I think is fair.
80-20, I'd rather go 80-30.
80, okay. All right, Coach. Change your mind.
Got a little bit higher standards, I guess.
Changing your mind.
Fine.
To inform me next time you change your mind,
sure.
So I don't sound like a fool.
I will. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
8:23 face-off to the left. Hey, you'll leave me alone. There's a shot right off the draw. Moyer makes a save. Cleared way over to the far side. Over into the corner it goes. East Coast with another setup up front. And nobody can gun it home.
Even strength.
Clear through center now. 5-on-5 out of the box. Turchenik stops, curls, turns, tries to backhand it deep, but now he turns it over as East Coast tries to break it out. Trying to move it through center now as it goes over to the near side. And inside the Patriots zone is Jordan Spisak trying to chase it down. Back down Lotes. Turchenik trying to chase it down over to the far half boards. Led through center now. Airborne, gloved out of the air. And across the line, East Coast goes again. And that one is just a bit offside.
They got him. If I got it, they can get it down there.
Yeah. That prescription is awesome in those lenses.
It doesn't get much thicker than this, I'll tell you that much.
Patriots Hockey is proudly partnered with the Potomac Prospects and Prince William Hockey Clubs. Play, develop, advance. pwhockey.com for more details. Also check out their Facebook pages. Some great development in youth hockey programs here at the Prince William Ice Center. Patriots being a part of that whole cadre of teams here. Can't wait to get my daughter involved in hockey in a few years. Off in the far corner. Through to the circle. A great pass saved by Moyer. Stuffing a shot there by Andrew Stahill. Goes off over to the far side half boards where it's going to be Caleb Garrity. Sending it up top there for Aaron Rome. Rome down over to the far corner it goes. And it was Brooks Mandrick trying to find it. Now it's some pressure here being applied by Aaron Rome. Mikey Carr launching this one through, and they're going to call it offsides. You're the only one that's arguing, buddy. 7:02 left here in the second. 2-1 Potomac. 22 in shots.
Moyer's look good though. I mean, he has been spot on tonight. Just that quick turnaround goal, not necessarily his fault. Not really expecting a quick off the face-off turnaround shot, but other than that, his pads have been working well, controlling his rebounds. He's looked good so far.
And far circle. And it's up top. And a shot along the half boards. East Coast trying to keep it in. They lose control of it there. As Kaufman gets dumped over as he dumped it out. But they'll get a return on the clearing attempt here. Down the ice it goes over the stick of Vaden McManus. McManus is going to opt to go over to the far side. He's going to find it over to Tomajanovic. Tomajanovic trying to scoop it down back behind the goal line. Find an open side over to the near side. But instead it bobbles out into the slot and over to the near end of the neutral zone. It's popped in by Frank. Frank up ahead now, trying to find it onto the stick of Damian Tenuta, but he's stripped away by Kevin McDonald. It's a lead ahead now for Nick Kaufman. Kaufman across the line. Kaufman near side, sticking with it over to the corner. He stops, and he dumps it back behind for Spencer Keogh. Keogh will kick it into the boards, and he'll find it onto his stick as he tries to lead it ahead for Kaufman. Over to the far circle, a turnaround chance there by J.C. Paquin, blocked. Paquin giving it another try back for Kaufman behind the cage. McManus will launch it over to the near side. On the near side, it's McDonald trying to put it down low into that corner for Kaufman. And it's East Coast picking away at it. And they'll pitchfork it ahead now out into the neutral zone, but it's slowed up there by Wadier. With 5:45 left here in a second, it's 2-1 Potomac here in this Elite contest. There's U.S. Premier Hockey League action. Wadier sticking with it, takes a shot, and it bounces over the stick of Cundiff, who made the initial save there.
Hit.
And another hit here through neutral. Stephen Gerke throwing the body around.
All good.
Everybody's got to drink their milk. And his strike cars will dump it down, he'll deflect it down the length of the ice. These guys are fragile out here, it seems, Big hits, yielding some hurtful results. We got something going on behind the play there. Strike cars mixing it up with McManus. Comes over to the near side half courts. Ludeman gets crunched into the boards there. Taking a task there by Makarov. Comes over to the near side. Backhanded up and out by Makarov. And it's tapped right back in by the Patriots. We're down to 4:50 left here in a second. This game is just flying by. And looking for options here. Taking our time, marching it up to the slot and turning it over. No, he'll get the last laugh there as he dives it down and sends it out. And that was A.J. Ricciardi. Through center, home run. Here comes a breakaway. Stephen Gerke in on goal with strike cars with a shot. Oh, and he makes the save. Cundiff. Oh, man. There's another opportunity trying to scoop it to the front with strike cars, but it'll be East Coast clearing it out into the neutral zone.
What would you have done there, Stearns?
Taking the shot.
Taking the shot.
Oh, Gerke, take that shot, buddy. You got one today. What's another? It's still 2-1 Potomac, though.
Turnover.
Remember that opportunity, though. Oh, boy.
Boy, you're out for a Sunday stroll.
Oh, yeah. Get a little interesting out here on the ice. And back over to the far corner. It's Drew Crilly doing battle.
You get this feeling that nobody has really dominated this game, though, thus far.
I mean, it's pretty even aside from, the score is tipped over to the Potomac side, but here comes a chance now. East Coast looking to tie it up with Aaron Rome. Up top, a blue line shot blocked, and here comes a breakaway opportunity for Turchenik. Turchenik in on goal, takes his shot, and Cundiff holds onto it right in the breadbasket it goes, and he's going to get pushed for Snow and the goalie, and a little love tap there, and he's getting bopped around. Here we go, penalties abound.
Turchenik going? I don't know if Turchenik goes. I think it was the retaliation on, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. 5-on-5, 3:32 left here in the second, 2-1 score.
Coach Andy Newton wants a word with the referee. I mentioned the Pats trying to get an edge in this game, trying to get a little momentum in their favor, but it's good back and forth hockey. Like you said, this has been a quick game so far. They're going to be done well ahead of the start time of the Empire game. Chance coming into the left. Hey, ding fries are done. Off the goal post and out of play.
3:23 left here in a second. 2-1.
You're welcome for calling that.
Thank you. Well, it looks like John Baranowski will have the call for tomorrow's games.
Certainly isn't me.
Nope. After that little audition.
And after the Penn State incident of 2010.
2 minutes from East Coast Eagles penalty number 41, Caleb
We get our speakers back?
Both calls come at 3:32.
Sounds like it.
I don't know what that is. Face off to the left of Dustin Moyer. 3:14 left here in the second. Let's see what happens here. East Coast wins the face-off. Up top, here comes Ricciardi with a shot. He guns it wide. Rebound.
He's got it.
Near post, and Moyer has it. And everybody is
Kung Fu fighting.
Kung Fu fighting. I don't know if that's Kung Fu. I think that's more of
That's how I would do Kung Fu.
what is that? Like a mixed martial arts kind of a.
Something like a
Judo,
capoeira,
yeah.
where you don't really touch the other person. You just swing your arms at them. I think that's how that goes.
Is that the?
Don't quote me on that one.
I can't remember which one is it. I don't remember what it is.
The Jackets just score?
Our boombox is out here. Face up to the right of Dustin.
Gonna hold up that little boombox next time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's John Cusack when you need him? Over the near
Oh,
side.
is that a high
Frank,
fidelity
you
joke?
got it.
Yikes. Put that one back in the vault, Mr. Stearns.
Oh, yeah. McDonald trying to track it down. Deflects off his stick on a chance to go up for Ricciardi on
Here we go.
from East Coast, but it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Doc Gensler trying to put the pass through in a diving effort there. Great work on the back check by Justin Apodaca. And with it now is Apodaca trying to put it up to the guy who's double his number. It's Damian Tenuta, but it's kept in by the Patriots. It's Medeiros trying to get it away from Apodaca. Up top, he finds McDonald, I beg your pardon. A save by Cundiff on that long distance toss, and it's cleared out in the neutral zone. Jonas Glack over to the near side. He finds it for Medeiros. Medeiros through center. Hard pass there, bounced over the stick. Somebody set off. It was not offside. Jonas Glack comes and takes a shot, and a blocker save by Cundiff. And it's off into the far corner for Jake Weldon. 2:04 left here in the second. 2-1 Potomac. In a very unusual game, if you will. It's just got this feel of a tennis match, if you will.
Back and forth. I don't think Coach Newton's going to be disappointed with this one, but I feel like he's looking for a little bit more of a cushion when it comes to this lead here.
Yeah, a one-goal lead is nothing to feel comfortable about because here comes a chance up top. Point shot. Spicak's shot went right in on the pad of Moyer. Rebound off into the far circle. And this one's launched into the neutral zone by Spencer Keogh and down to the Eagles zone. And a long pass out of the reach. And it's the Eagles having to retreat back into their own zone with Tyler Rommel.
I feel like the offense is helping out a great deal on the back end for Potomac. Hats off.
Rommel back in front of his own net. We got a delayed offside on the Patriots as the Eagles break it out. McManus ahead now. A chance behind the back. Trying to move it towards his forehand there was Makarov. And then he tried to put it towards the front, but Wadier putting some pressure back there behind the goal line. Puck goes over to the near side. We're down to 1 minute with Spencer Keogh breaking out of the Patriot zone. Keogh putting it in the air. He got clipped on that check and looked like it may have stung him a little bit. Comes up along the near wing inside the Patriot zone. A drop pass there, intercepted by McDonald. Some stuff going on behind the play with Nick Ludeman, but it'll be McDonald with it along the near side. Takes it to the front. He had Jack Strykars kind of blocking traffic up front, but now it's a pass ahead for Andrew Stahill. Stahill across the Patriots line. Tosses this one in with a half a minute to play here in the second period. They're trying to knot this one up at 2 before going into the intermission. And it goes over to the far post, steered away by Moyer. McDonald opting to go to the opposite D. Now it's Crilly putting it ahead for Anderson. Anderson, nice work there. 2-on-1. Strykars, 10 seconds. Strykars shoots. Oh, and it's either redirected away by Cundiff. I don't know if he got a piece of that one. Now it'll be 3 seconds left. One last chance for East Coast with a launch shot into the glove, and it deflects away. And time expires, and now we got some stuff.
Anderson.
After the whistle. Well, you want to get that Turchenik interview out of your system?
I don't know if I go down that road.
He's got the go-ahead, so stay tuned. We'll be right back here with the second intermission as we got Jack Strykars making an argument for what's going on here, is what happened after the play. Stay tuned. Details forthcoming. Patriots up 2-1 on East Coast. Here, cross-ice feed through Fast Hockey. Welcome back. Third period action action just about to get underway in a few moments' time. As you see, the benches are packed and we're ready to go. I lied, there's only one player on that bench.
East Coast has forfeited the game.
We won with one player and two coaches.
I don't know. We'll put some skates on Creech at Newton, see what they can do. They may have to drop back on defense, though.
And also go back in time. They're a little old to be playing junior hockey, I'll tell you that much.
They still got eligibility, maybe.
Sure. But the story right now is Turchenek's go-ahead goal.
A fluky head goal, but it doesn't matter how they go in.
Hey, as long as it goes past the goal line, and it did. A few inches at that. But yeah, Stephen Gerke getting the tying goal on a great effort by Eric Anderson. Mr. Anderson came in on a tear coast to coast, and second try at it with a rebound squirting free for Gerke to slam home. And then Turchenek on another kind of crash in the net opportunity, guns it home too. So both sloppy, well, actually not sloppy, but hard-working goals for the Patriots. And then a quick one off the face-off for East Coast. You're talking about two different things here. It's just quick setup plays, and then the hard-nosed, grinding blue-collar hockey plays that result in goals. That's the story.
And it was a couple of weeks ago we were talking with Coach Newton, and he was mentioning, we have the skill set. It's that blue-collar mentality, that drive to the net and just punch it home mentality that they're lacking in just a little bit. But to be honest with you, we've seen that tonight, like you just mentioned. They got to get one more here to make them feel a little bit more comfortable, and we'll see what happens. But regardless, this is going to be a pretty interesting finish here, to be honest with you. And do you want to jump in, or
do I rub his nose in it? And the face-off coming up at center. We got the signal. Both goalies are ready. Timekeeper's ready. And the face-off one to East Coast. Over to the near side now. And it's back inside the Patriots territory. It's chased down by Doc Getzler. There for McDonald. Good job. You did a fine job. You found your calling. And now the Patriots will break it out. Fresh ice. There comes Mikey Carr. Carr getting hauled down there. No call. The puck sticking to the ice there. Fresh sheet. Some wet spots. A point shot and a save by Cundiff. Steered off over to the far corner. Maybe taken by AJ Ricciardi. No idea why I want to say his full name. If I only knew what AJ stood for, I may go the full three names. Deflecting through center. Here comes a breakaway chance for Mikey Carr. In on goal. And he got a defender in there and a shot. And a save by Cundiff.
Cundiff was good tonight, too. Both goaltenders standing on their heads tonight.
Yeah, great work there on the back check there by the defender, getting back into the play. Chasing down Mikey Carr. And left little work for Cundiff there. As this one goes off into the rafters. And we'll get a stoppage 1 minute into this third period. 2-1 is your score, Potomac. Holding on to that lead. Patriots Hockey is sponsored by the Spine and Joint Institute of Fairfax, Virginia. Family Wellness, Sports Medicine, Chiropractic is their specialty with Dr. Maria Schaefer and Dr. Felix Yeskin. It's sjinstitute.com for more details on how to schedule your appointment today. Dr. Felix Yeskin, of course, is the team doctor for the Potomac Patriots organization. He's been here for a few years, and he's got a lovely ad up here on the boards.
It's a great smile.
That is a great smile. And Ludeman, and a little rough stuff going there. James Wadier. And, of course, Wadier had a 5-minute tripping call against Frederick a couple weeks ago when he played Empire. There's a point shot. Saved by Cundiff. The rebound. Turchenek and another pass saved by Cundiff. Kicked away over to the half boards. Malise with it now, turning it, trying to send it down low, but it's intercepted by McManus, who will put it out into the neutral zone. Stopped up at the blue line by Ludeman. Across the line they are onside. Ludeman pinching into the play, scooping it to the front, picked up by the Eagles, kept in by Wadier. But it's cleared right back to the Eagles, who will break out now. No! Oh man,
almost
Frank
had
gets
him.
hurt on that one there. He kind of hobbled on that as he went hip to hip.
Cundiff has a 2.61 goals against average.
Not too shabby.
I think we can see why.
That's Vesna worthy.
It is.
And this one cleared out. 18 to go here in the third. USPHL Elite action at the Prince William Ice Center. PWIce.com. 5180 Dale Boulevard here in Woodbridge, Virginia. Check it out. And it's Jonas Glatt back into his own zone. Glatt back on defense in support of a depleted defense roster. Justin Mendoza left the game earlier with a lower body injury. Back in the corner of the Eagles zone it is. The Eagles trying to soar their way out of their own zone, as it'll be Janovic now. Janovic trying to get in deep, and he gets checked hard by Jack Strykars, who keeps losing his edge. As backhanded up to the Eagles line. Eagles trying to apply some pressure here, tie this one back up. And a chance now down low. It's kept in there by Weldon. Weldon backhanding it up top there, and it's not kept in within the blue line. Weldon will give it another tap in. It'll be chased down by Jonas Glatt. Glatt taking this one airborne. Weldon will glove it down, and this one will be ruled a glove pass, and the faceoff will come outside. 16:57 left here in the third. 2-1 Potomac. Follow your Patriots on Twitter at Potomac Patriots. And also download the team app on your smartphone and search Potomac Patriots to get the latest and greatest information on your Potomac Patriots pushed to your phone today. General Manager RJ Ziegler doing a fine job of keeping everyone up to date on the team app. Not so much on the Twitter. We'll work on that. Over to the front of the Eagles bench, over to the near side. Odd man rush, 3-on-2 the other way. Here comes a chance now. Oh, and it's just a great opportunity. Apodaca could not get a hold of it, though.
These errant passes to the front from East Coast. Nobody's connecting up front. That's the 5th or 6th time in this game where they just thrown it to the front. And
you got to go back to basics. Tape-to-tape passes really go a long way in this game.
You found my big book of cliches, did you?
There you go.
Excellent.
There comes Makarov. Makarov trying to spin away from Paquin. Sets up a pass for Ricciardi. Near circle. Hall trying to take a shot. Blocked partially by Crilly, but another try at it is steered aside by Moyers. It's cleared out into the neutral zone. Hall receives it along the near side. Feathers it ahead now for Makarov. I beg your pardon, it's Ustrov. Ustrov trying to take a shot. Ustrov has it in his feet. Stripped away by Wadier, and the Patriots will come back the other way. And it'll be dumped in as Cundiff will set it up behind his cage. Left there for McManus. Over to the far side, Jordan Hall trying to keep it away from McDonald. McDonald pitching high into the play, retreats back as it'll be picked up by Doc Gensler inside of his own blue line. Getting away from a check there from Jordan Hall. They get knocked off stride, so it'll be played ahead for McDonald. McDonald dumping it deep there, and we'll have a delayed call against East Coast.
Cross check.
And it'll be cross check as Jordan Hall did cross check Doc Gensler.
I'm guessing this is what Coach was looking for this week from this team. A very disciplined game altogether. Hold on.
Yeah. As we have Brian Shrem say he is a teacher, and one of his students has joined us up here in the booth. The face-off will be to the left here. The Potomac Patriots will lose that one. Here's the call from Johnny.
Jordan Hall, 2 minutes for cross check. Hall, 2 for cross check, 15:26 on the cross side. Speed, out left.
But you still got another situation you got to attend to, right? Yeah. We'll figure it out. Along the near side now, Nick Gray trying to lead it in. We are on a cross-ice feed power play, and we got an offside being called here. A little late on the offside call, but now it's going to be a face-off in the neutral zone, kind of slowing the progress here with the man advantage. 15:01 left here in the third period, I beg your pardon. 2-1 Potomac. You saw that 2 up there on the board. Speaking of 2s, Doc Gensler. Kind of a target here. It was Aaron Rome that popped him one. Back over to the near corner it goes, and it's Nick Gray. Moving it up top to Gensler. Lines up, fakes a shot. Sends it over to the near circle for Nick Gray. Down low he finds Mikey Carr. Carr sends it up top to Gensler. Gensler fakes. Man, he's got a trademark fake there. This shot from Mikey Carr goes wide. Kept in there by McDonald in front of the Eagles bench. Far blue line. Half boards kept in there by Turchenik. Down low, Nick Gray gets checked off stride. It goes over to the near corner and over to the half boards, Mikey Carr. Switching it up down low. Gray's turnaround shot and a diving effort there by Tomajanovic. I beg your pardon, Kowalchuk.
Thanks for covering for me.
Gensler taking a shot and blocked by Kowalchuk. Another try, Turchenik. Oh, he's going to back pass it over to Carr. Up top, Gensler. Trademark fake? No, he takes the shot. Over to the near circle. Carr in to the slot. Drops it. Gensler takes his shot. Save the rebound. Behind him it goes, but Gray misses the net as it goes over the net. Over to the far blue line. McDonald. Tendy without a stick. No, he got a defender stick. Far half boards.
Take advantage.
Turchenik trying to send it down low. Great stop up front and a block there by the defender there without his stick. And now feed into the slot. Nobody there to gun it home, and it's cleared out. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. Patriots may be going 0 for 2.
Wasted opportunity there with the goaltender without a goalie stick.
Gensler along the near side blue line. And we are back to five-side hockey. 13:25 left here in the third. 2-1 Patriots. They could not get one there on the man advantage for a second try. Now back the other way. Odd man rush forming here as it's set to the slot and a block right up front by Doc Gensler. Rebound chipped aside there. McDonald will find the glass up to the blue line. Not out. Kept in there. Great effort. Here comes a shot by Hall. The gun's wide. Over to the near side. It goes all the way out. Mikey Carr will chase it down. Carr trying to drive his way into the Eagle zone. He gets taken down by McManus. Back around, set by Ustrop over to the far side. Out in the neutral zone. We'll go D to D. Crilly over to the near side for Jonas Glatt. Glatt looking back for Crilly. Crilly through center. Tried to set up a home run pass. Goes right in on Cundiff. So no icing. He'll hold on. 12:41 left here in the third. Couple of opportunities both sides.
Good action here. Just back and forth after that man advantage, and it continues to be the theme of the game here. It's just unbelievable.
Ebola.
How you doing?
Okay, face off to the left. Here's a shot right off the draw, and a save by Cundiff. Wow. Jonas Glatt working back here with Crilly. Crilly going deep inside of his own zone. Glatt calling back for it. Up ahead now for Stephen Gerke. Along the wing for Strykars, who will tap it in. And back behind, sent around the horn by Cundiff. Kept there by Anderson. This line, watch this line.
Yep.
Strykars, Anderson, and Gerke. This is the grinder line. Yeah, they already account for 2 goals. Well, 1 goal, I beg your pardon. But they easily could have had a couple more, just the way they've been working. Strykars trying to swing it out. Jonas Glatt back with 12 minutes to go. He'll stop up shop behind his tender, trying to look it around Spisak. Saucered through center and chapped back by Ricciardi. Ricciardi tied up now with Strykars. Strykars and Ricciardi having a conversation as it plays back inside the Patriots zone, and it goes out of play and into the glove.
It's a big save by Parsons. Make sure we get that on the stat sheet for later on. 11:40 left to go here in the third period. A fast-moving affair altogether. Nonetheless, we might get this next Empire game started a little bit quicker than we originally anticipated. Face off to the right of Dustin Moyer.
And it's taken away by McDonald. McDonald staying with it there, launched it over to the far corner, chasing it down there as Nick Kaufman gets out of his way. And it'll be Spencer Keogh keeping it in though, and Kaufman backhanding it through the slot and through the feet of the defender up front. That defender there was Mandrick. Patriots still keeping it there. Mandrick trying to find a way out. And McDonald trying to keep it in there, but it goes over for Spencer Keogh. Keogh up for McDonald again, looking for open ice there, hooking up for Kaufman. Kaufman across the Eagle line. Kaufman trying to work for it here. Keogh back behind the goal line, trying to swing it away from Kowalczyk. And it's stolen away. Feed to the front. That one goes airborne, but it's gloved away and taken. And Kowalczyk could not clear it out. I beg your pardon, it's not Kowalczyk, that was Tomajanovic. But here comes a chance. A pin save by Cundiff. Wide open along the near post. Trying to go far side on that shot. Now back the other way. It's Stayhill. Stayhill feeds to the front there, trying to find Tomajanovic, but he was tied up as it goes over to the far half boards. And a shot from the point, blocked by the Eagles up front. Here's McManus with a shot, and a save by Moyer. The rebound, It's kicked away, or it may have hit post. Either way, it's steered out by the Patriots through neutral. McManus will have it up at center red. The pass ahead, Eagles making some changes here. And now it's Ustrop. Ustrop feeding it to the front for Doc Gensler to steal it and send it up along the near wing. Now it's Mikey Carr. We have a delayed call, and it's going to go against the Patriots with 10:10 left here in the third. 2-1. This might be an opportunity for the Eagles to tie it. And we got some pushing and shoving all the way down in the East Coast zone.
Mikey Carr trying to draw them into another penalty here, but maybe he did. Oh, well, no, we got actually 3 guys going to the box. I think it's going to be a power play regardless. Power play regardless for the East Coast Eagles. I'm going to have somebody jump in for you.
You're serious?
Yeah. Just ask him the question about where he's playing.
All right.
All right. He's going to grill you with some questions here. Put this on.
Okay.
Who do we got here in the booth here with me? Mr. Silverman, is that correct?
Yeah, Brian Shrems, aka Mr. Shrems.
Mr. Shrems, yes. You got.
Or as we like to call him, Shrembledore.
Shrembledore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shrembledore.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm getting all the good stuff here.
Yeah, he's a history teacher at Naismith.
Okay.
I get him to school. Yeah.
So you play for the Reston Raiders. Talk a little bit about your experience over there.
Yeah. So I'm a goalie for Reston Raiders, Pee Wee Black.
Okay.
O2 goalie. Except I play wing and sometimes center. Sometimes.
Yeah, you were playing center over there. I saw you guys just tied 5-5 over there with the
Yeah, that was
Prospects or Prince
yeah,
William.
we're a B team, except that we were playing an exhibition game against the Prince William, I think A team.
Okay.
Yeah, the other goalie was Sam Blanton. He's
All
pretty
right.
good.
Well, very good. So, have you watched any Potomac Patriots action yet at all, or is Mr. Shremps been keeping that a secret?
I did know. Well, I figured out. I think 2 days ago that he did, filming for hockey. I didn't know that he was involved in hockey. And
Well,
stuff.
you're wearing his headset, so yeah, he's pretty
Yeah.
involved. So you're a big hockey fan, I take it? Oh, there's a shot, they score, oh boy.
Oh.
You just witnessed the East Coast Eagles tie it up at 2. Oh man.
Wow, it was a great play.
Maybe we can have you
rebound.
break it down here, I don't know. You'll have to ask Mr. Shremps for some pointers here, but maybe you can do it there. Looked like a little breakdown on the short side, so.
Yeah. I think it was a shot from the outside on the far pad attack. I don't know.
So, are
I have
you
no
a
idea.
Caps fan, by the way?
No, I absolutely hate the Caps.
Oh, no. Oh,
I'm from Denver, so I'm an Avalanche fan.
Hey,
and I
good
like
for you.
I like Anderson, so now I like the Senators. And then Stasny moved over to the Blues. St. Louis.
Yeah, so.
So now I have to cheer for 3 teams.
Well, I had that conundrum growing up. I had Buffalo, Detroit, and I kind of had a soft side for Colorado. But then again, that rivalry, Colorado and Detroit, that might be before your time. Oh,
Yeah.
man. But who's your favorite player out there on the ice playing NHL right now?
Goalies, I'd say Fleury or Quick.
Okay.
But players, either McKinnon, Duchesne, or Stasny.
All
I mean,
right.
if Sakic was still out.
No, okay, so that's somebody I'm familiar with. That's more of Shrem's and I's generation. Okay. So, is he a good history teacher? Does he teach you some good history?
Well, he's great. Absolutely. He's amazing.
Oh. Okay, so obviously report card time is around right now, huh?
Not
Put him off the
necessarily.
hot seat.
I'll take you off the hot seat. Well, thanks for joining us up here, and good luck with the Reston Raiders.
All right.
And good luck with
Thank
Mr.
you.
Shrems. He's a tough teacher, I know.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Got it? All right, man. No pressure. We'll put it on the internet for you, though.
I think it was more pressure for me here because he's not my student.
Sounds good. We'll see you Monday, Ben.
8:52 left here in the third. It's a 2-2 game. The East Coast Eagles striking on the man advantage, and we got some guys in the box here on something that has unraveled here. This one's becoming a little bit more interesting, Shrems, and we were talking about a fast-paced game here, but now it's suddenly slowed up a bit.
It has. None.
Yeah. Now East Coast will take it out, and it's turned over. Drew Crilly.
You have to wonder if it's a fast-paced game is to the disadvantage of the Potomac Patriots being down a few defenders. You know, you have to keep that in mind. They are going to be logging some serious minutes, the men on the back end.
And this one's going to be tagged and icing against Potomac. And 8:20 remains here in the third. It's a 2-2 score. As a Reebok hockey penalty kill, not successful on that try for East Coast. They are 1 for 2. 0 for 2 are the Potomac Patriots, both sides having an equal go at it. The faceoff will come up to the left of Dustin Moyer. And it'll be one back by the Eagles for McManus. McManus clearing it down, all the way down, back behind the cage it goes, over to the far corner. Cleared up along the boards. Eric Anderson could not get there in time to clear it out. This is not a man advantage for either side, as now Jack Strykars will take it along the near wing and he'll clear it in. Maybe this is the fatigue factor we were talking about, Shrems.
Now this might have played into the favor of the East Coast Eagles. This is a depleted team on the defensive right now, these Potomac Patriots. And even though we dropped Jonas Glatt back, and even even Doc Gensler's been playing a lot of defense. He's dressed as a forward. We were talking with Coach Newton.
There's a shot that just goes above the blocker side of Moyer, but yeah, no, he's a great two-way forward. He's like a Michael Pekka out there, kind of playing both sides of the puck. More of a defensive forward, but he's very smart when he stays up high in the play, so that way he can get back. No, he doesn't get caught deep in the play.
No, those players are some of the most valuable players on a team, but you have to hope that you don't have to use them in a situation very often.
Right. Well, speaking of which, Doc, well, he's gone against what I just talked about. He is deep, but now he knows when to retreat back, so he's coming back into play. And it's a turnover up at the blue line. Fed over to the far circle. Looking. Here's Doc with a shot and a save by Cundiff. Oh, boy. What great movement there by Cundiff to get in front of that shot.
Cundiff's earning his paycheck tonight, is he not?
And it's over to the near side. Doc Gensler still trying to work at it here. He's going to try to perform surgery to get Justin Apodaca off of him. Kind of conjoined twins at that moment. So he tried to work his way to the front of the net. Now he'll stay at the high slot. That's his specialty. He stays up at the high slot, and that's where he likes to set things up. Similar to Jack Strykar's post up in front of the net. But now these guys have to be a little bit more versatile, being, kind of with a depleted bench.
Yeah, but they've made it work for 2.5 periods now. They can finish it off here.
Yep. Now it's East Coast looking. They send it up ahead now. Tomajanovic putting it through center, launching it past everybody.
Ice.
No icing. And McDonald was way back there. So I guess they're going to stay because he was behind the goal line in time there. No icing would be the rule. And now it's off the dasher. Off the funny bounce off the boards, rather, as it's cleared out in front of the Patriots bench. And now here comes a breaking chance, 2-on-2. And it's Nick Gray taking his shot, and Cundiff taking no chances, holding on. 5:53 left here in the third. It's a different story now as we're tied at 2.
Any stoppage in play from here on out, it's oh so important for these Potomac Patriots. Even a timeout. I believe they have one in the queue here ready to go. So just to rest these players up from time to time here and there.
Over back behind the goal line, it's the East Coast Eagles looking for their breakout here through center and onto the tape and on the backhand shot, and it's Ostroff having it steered off into the far corner on a save from Moyer as it's Jonas Glatt trying to fight for it with Jordan Hall. Hall trying to leave it off there. Ostroff floating. Drew Crilly's going to skate away from him. Ostroff left uncontended there, is waiting for a puck to come free. Turchanek trying to work at it. Now it'll be Frank trying to kick it free, and Turchanek has it go behind him. Now it misses the scrum and goes back behind the goal line. Now Ostroff cheated in from the circle. Will have it, trying to send it around the horn. Stolen away by Jonas Glatt, and Glatt trying to move it up through center, and he does get it ahead for Turchanek. Turchanek across the line. Turchanek with a pass over to Carr, and it was on his off wing there. And he tried to take that shot. It's kind of hard to do that as a righty. But now back the other way. Ostroff taking a shot. Moyer making a save. An easy one for that. Top of the high slot. East Coast on some changes here as it's feathered ahead. Melise couldn't get it completely in his wheelhouse. And we're going to get a stoppage of play on an offside there. That, well, oh well. 4:40 left here in the third. Peanut gallery. 2-2 is your score. 34-32. Shots in favor of Potomac. They did have the 2-1 lead going for them for quite some time. And it was a power play goal scored by East Coast, notching this one back up at 2 as the shot goes above the cage and over to the near corner. McManus will try to track it down, but he'll leave it off there for Tyler Rommel. What's up?
Nothing.
You got this look. You're up to something.
No.
This one's chopped in by Stayhill. McDonald will pick it up, and he'll swing it around over to the near side for Nick Ludman. Ludman back to McDonald, off of his skate, nicely onto the tape of Stephen Gerke. Gerke's got a goal in this contest. He tries to pop it down low, still with it. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Ludman, point shot! Oh, it deflects over the cage. Great setup up front with Jack Strykars.
Good look.
Fed to McDonald, who's wide open, but now he's being pressured over to the near side. Strykars through traffic, kicked away by Cundiff. Trying to work hard for it is Stephen Gerke from behind there. He's got to be careful. This point shot right into the glove of Cundiff. Wow. He is sharp with that mitt. 3:37 left here in the third. 2-2 score.
Yeah.
Man.
Both goaltenders earning their paychecks tonight. Just an unbelievable performance all around from Frank Cundiff and Dustin Moyer. And this has been a game that we haven't seen too often this season. Just uninterrupted flow back and forth. It's got to be it's got to be difficult for these Potomac Patriots. Got to be a little bit tired at this point in the game. Hoping for no overtime. Got to put one in before the next 3:37.
And that's one is Medeiros pushing it back to his defender Curley. Curley staying with it at the red line. He'll toss it in. They're going to call that one an icing. That was really close to the red line. And they're going to say that he left his crease. The Potomac bench is crying for that one. But unfortunately, they won't get it. Nothing changed all game, by the way.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's positive.
What changed in the building at that point in time is my question.
It's your student coming in for the interview.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Silverman was a gentleman. He's an Avalanche fan.
He is.
And a St. Louis fan. And a Pittsburgh fan. Just individual
He's
players,
a hockey fan.
He's a hockey fan. We'll give him that. Now, his favorite goalie is Fleury, though.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Yeah. It was Varlamov last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him.
I don't blame him for leaving Varley's side. Nice save there by Moyer.
Love that glove side. He's looked sharp tonight.
Sharp as a razor, razor sharp. He is Dustin Moyer. Trusted us. 2-2. He stopped 31 of 33. The face-off goes off over to the far corner. Wadier putting it over to the near side for the defender, Drew Curley. Curley putting out some wheels, trying to take advantage of the fact that one of the Eagles, it was Jake Weldon, fell through center, and he tried to take a shot, but he whiffed on it.
Good keep.
A good keep there. Work by Medeiros, I believe it was Medeiros. Yes, it is, and it's Mikey Carr setting it up top there. Doc Gensler trying to take a shot at the top of the near circle. It bounces off an ankle, and it'll be East Coast taking the breakout. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Crossing the line, East Coast. Feathered to the front, and a nice save there by Moyer. Moyer did not appreciate the contact. Coming in on goal. Taking a new spin on crashing the net, and he'll have some words. Moyer's not afraid to speak his mind.
No, he is not.
As we saw in the Richmond game to start the season here.
We've seen Moyer chirp. He's taken some penalties in his day.
Great teamwork. Yeah, Moyer. Yeah. And we'll see what happens here as time winds down. 2:50 left here in the third. A 2-2 score on a tennis match, if you will. Go back and forth, but now this is getting interesting. Oh, that's getting interesting. That's going to be a power play coming up. Oh, and he threw his stick, too. Aaron Rome is upset.
2 and 10?
Well, he'll probably get the gate. Late in the game, he may be sitting for more than 2 after that.
Oh.
He is getting the gate.
Yep.
2 and 10 it is.
Oh, now would be an ideal time for a timeout. Coach Newton.
He's telling him he's probably only getting 2 from what he's indicated.
Rally the troops here, Coach.
Yeah, he's getting 2, and probably that 10 is, well, it's not going to affect the Patriots in any positive manner because they're only going to get the power play. But hey, yeah, out of the 2:37 left, 2 or less on a power play.
Well, this is just a huge opportunity for the Potomac Patriots. A perfect way to end the game for them if they can take advantage of it. No luck with the man advantage so far tonight, but a real opportunity. Cannot take a penalty in turn. They are known for giving up these quick power plays to penalties themselves, so see what they can do with it, Stearns.
2 minutes for high stick and a 10-minute misconduct.
High stick and a 10-minute misconduct is the call to Rome. Up top, Gensler faking a shot, coming in, high slot, trying to pull it through traffic, but it was blocked by the Eagles and sent down the length of the ice.
Gensler back on that point, pivoting between a forward and defensive role. Although Coach said pregame he is going to be playing the power play on the point.
He's got a trademark fake shot that I love.
I believe we just saw a little glimpse of that.
Nick Gray over to the near side. Up top to Gensler. Gensler takes the shot and he tries to get a deflection up front, but it's stopped up there by Tyler Rommel and sent out into the neutral zone. Gensler tapping it in. one, and that actually hit his skate. Should have been whistled down, but Jordan Hall will carry on short-handed with a shot. Almost headhunting there on Dustin Moyer as it hits the glass behind him. Hall trying to kill some time, but nice aggressive push there by McDonald. So we come down to 1:35 left here in the third. 2-2 score, 1 minute left on the cross-ice feed penalty. Gensler, top of the slot, top of the far circle, takes a shot, he misses the near post. Goes over to the near side for Mikey Carr along the half boards. Here comes Gray. Gray has it poked away from him. Gensler keeping it in. Gensler over to the near side for Mikey Carr. Down low. Gray looking. Finds Carr. Carr along the half boards. Backs down with a cycle to Gray. Up top, Gensler takes a shot. Oh, and it misses everybody. The rebound off the glass. And here comes another chance along the near side. Oh, and Mikey Carr couldn't receive that pass. He'll keep it. A diving effort there by Hall. Here comes the backdoor setup, and Gray couldn't get it on his forehand. Back behind the cage, a bouncer. Turchenek's going to track it down as we come down to a minute. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. As we are eclipsing the end of the third period. Here comes for the backdoor slam, and it was a bouncer. Up top again, McDonald, point shot, loose in the slot, and it's kept in there by the Patriots, and it bounces over the stick of Gray, and it goes over to the near corner. And it's up top. We're at even strength. Gensler trying to put it in deep, and the Eagles clear it out. 35 seconds left here in the third. 2-2 score. Gensler back in his own zone. Puts a pass up for Carr. Carr finds open ice for McDonald.
Nice
Off
pass.
the dash there, and a nice pass to Turchenek. Turchenek with 25 to play here in the third. Looking for a third goal late here in the third. As a point shot from McDonald goes right in on Cundiff, and he holds on with 17.6. Face-off coming up to his left. What an exciting power play, but nothing in the back of the net.
Did not do much wrong on that man advantage. They just could not find the right opportunity. Tons of East Coast players in between the goaltender and the shooter, just blocking shots left and right, minimizing opportunities. It was just a flurry from the Potomac Patriots, and they're going to try and finish this one out here.
15 seconds, Eagles coming back the other way as they clear it over to the near corner with Tomajanovic with it. Tomajanovic sending it down low for Frank, and Frank with 5 seconds left. We are going to overtime. 2-2 going into a fourth period, a 5-minute overtime. What's the strategy, Shrimps?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm thinking they have to conserve their energy as much as possible. It's difficult to run a complete game, a full effort here with a depleted defense. But they've gotten this far. They've gotten to the overtime marker here and picked up a point, a much deserved point. But they would like to get up just a little bit, some separation between them and East Coast in the standings here. But nonetheless, we got the next 5 minutes to try and figure out how we can do this. The most important thing right now is to stay disciplined. Don't take a penalty. Do you agree with everything that I just said?
No, not at all.
Wholeheartedly.
No, I don't.
4-on-4, they're going to play for the next 5 minutes or less.
So, who gets it?
You want me to pick players, eh?
Pick players. Let's do the Boucher-Gross overtime challenge.
Aha.
I'm going to go with...
I got Doc Gensler.
You got Gensler?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gensler on that one.
Why do I have the Empire roster all of a sudden?
That's your doing. My notes are over there.
I'm going to go with Medeiros or...
You can't pick two.
What? No, you got to pick one from each team.
No, I'm not picking one from another team.
Fine. I'm going to go with Hall or Gensler. Or not Hall or Gensler, Medeiros. And away we go with overtime. 20 seconds in already. It's a 2-2 deadlock here. Next goal wins for all the marbles. Here comes Gensler. Gensler with Medeiros. Gensler gets taken down. Will that be a shot? Probably not. It's just going to be a trip. Didn't have a clear lane to the net, so a man advantage. Not happening. Everybody wants a penalty shot, but it ain't happening.
No, he wasn't in on all alone on the goaltender, but regardless, 4-on-3 opportunity here for the Pats to finish this one off, grab their second point of the evening, and walk away here with a well-deserved victory. But they have to make the most of this opportunity. They cannot take a penalty. They cannot give up a shorthanded opportunity. They have full control here. They got to bury one and Call it a night.
McManus will sit for 2 or less. Could be a game winner coming up here on the Cross Ice Feed Power Play, crossicefeed.com. For more details, we are your sports broadcasters of the DC Metro region. Here comes Mikey Carr, top of the near circle, blocked up front. A stinger. Nick Gray, near circle. Down low, back up top to Nick Gray. Looking for a lane, far circle. McDonald with a shot, Cundiff to save. McDonald getting the rebound. Back over, Gray takes a shot, blocked up front. And it looked like it hit Frank and went wide. McDonald down low behind the goal line. Gets a return pass from Turchenik. McDonald to Turchenik. Turchenik trying to look for the back door. It's loose up front. They score! Shut up, Meg! Winner, winner, chicken dinner! The Potomac Patriots win it in overtime!
Just a flurry of activity in front of Cundiff, and you got to feel bad for the goaltender. Just had no opportunity to save that one. It got in right behind him, trickled into the net, and that's the second time that we've seen that tonight. Just a trickler over the goal line, but you know what? Potomac going to go ahead and take 2 points out of tonight's contest, put a little bit of separation between them and the East Coast, and do it all again tomorrow morning. How about it? Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
What a finish! What a finish! A winner in overtime. Couldn't ask for anything more. East Coast does walk away with a point in this one. Patriots walking away with 2. Maybe we'll get the call from Johnny.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll get the details here in a moment. He's got a lot of paperwork to do, but 3:53 left on that clock. It was a Cross Ice Feed Power Play game-winning goal by Potomac. Is it Turchenik that walked in there and slammed it?
It might have.
It might have been.
Unless they,
Well, we'll get the details here. Here it is.
got it.
Turchenik with the winner in overtime. Stay tuned, the Empire action on the other side. Elite, Potomac Patriots 3, East Coast Eagles 2 in overtime. Don't stop believing.